And welcome back, Magic players, for the fifth and by far the most annoying challenge, Into the Pod. Now, I got kind of a beef with this challenge, and I'm also kind of really stoked about this challenge. Into the Pod! The board is clogged with creatures. Birthing Pod will help you upgrade one, but what will it help you win this turn? Birthing Pod is completely amazing. When I first saw this card get printed, it's so much fun. You can literally do anything in a deck that you want if you base it around this card, and it really makes Magic shine. I've used this card, and I know other people who've used this card extensively in tournaments. It's tremendous amounts of fun. It allows you to play 5 colors worth of cards, even if you only use 2 or 3 colors worth of land. You know, you can run 1 copy of 20 different creatures and just do anything at any point in time. It's amazing. So I love the card itself. The problem is with a card like this, your deck is very specific, it's very trimmed, it's very intricate, and it takes a tremendous amount of practice and memory and experience of using and knowing exactly what you have and what you can do. So this challenge by default is kind of stupid, because I have absolutely no idea what's in this library right now. I have no idea what my options are, you know, and it completely ruins the entire point of Birthing Pod. So you're already at a disgustingly huge disadvantage. The only way to figure this challenge out is to spend 10 minutes sacrificing all of these creatures, restarting the challenge, sacrifice a different creature, restart the challenge, sacrifice a different creature, just to see what you can even get. And then from there you got to figure out which one is the best and make play number 2 and play number 3 and 4, 5, 6 just to finally get somewhere. So unfortunately it's just trial and error of clicking a million times. So it really sucks as a challenge in this game, but at the same time I love Birthing Pod, so I'm glad they did a good challenge with it. So just taking a gander at all of his stuff, it's mostly irrelevant what his creatures are. By the way, this creature should never exist. He's completely retarded. I don't know why they ever thought it was an okay idea to print him and not ban him ever. This Shroud thing messes everything up too. If he wasn't Shroud, it'd be a piece of cake, but obviously he is. This is the card that's a real kicker. Creatures you control have double strike and lifelink, meaning obviously double lifelink essentially. So if we need to deal 7 points of damage in, we have to do it either unblocked, or we have to get rid of this card, or find some sort of way to have like a trample creature go through and maybe unsummon the creature that was blocking it type of deal. So Primeval Titan is trample, and so is Vorapede, but at the same time he could just block everything on the one guy, so it's like, would he, you know, there's too much to do, and if you try and attack with everything, then he'll just block one with each and gain 1,000,000 points of life, so makes it really tough in that regard. And then also the fancy thing with Birthing Pod, using Phyrexian mana and the whole manual land tapping and having multiple colors out here, it's very tough to get it all working just properly, so you got to be real careful with it. But regardless, you start off using Birthing Pod and then change around your manual land tapping to pay 2 life and something. Doesn't really matter what land, but you want to pay the 2 life, activate the ability, and first what we're going to do is sacrifice Draw Scorpion, because he's going to die. We're going to get to untap Birthing Pod and then get a creature for it and hopefully go from there. Normally you guys who have seen my challenges know I like to go in depth with all the cards and all the options at each time, but there's too much for this card, or for this challenge, so I'm really just going to go point A to point B. Halo Hunter doesn't help. Pride of Lions doesn't help, though it's got a sweet potential ability. This guy could be, he would be so much fun in a Birthing Pod deck, do all sorts of crazy stuff. But Hoarding Dragon's what we're going to want. Because of the ability that says when it dies you can do fancy stuff, Birthing Pod loves cards that say when this comes into play or when this dies. So Icy doesn't help. When you have 2 Birthing Pods, it's amazing what you can accomplish, because you can just start popping stuff left and right all over the place. It's tremendous amounts of fun. You can really start to scale things up quickly. So we're going to use Birthing Pod again. Manual tap 2, looks like a black and 2 life. Activate that ability, kill the Hoarding Dragon. We'll get another Birthing Pod, and we'll get a 6 drop for it, which is sweet. So Rocks is a sweet ability. You may assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. The problem is he still will be blocked, and thus lifelink is still gained. So yes, you can get his 5 points of damage through, but it's not going to be enough. This Mind Crusher dude When he enters the battlefield, target player mills 5 cards, and he has Undying. That Undying is key. Milling the cards may or may not be cool, but it just depends on what else you have in the deck to take advantage of, and that's the thing you don't know until you've just fiddled with everything. So we're actually going to take that ability, because I have fiddled with it, and so I know what my options are. And now we need to cast this Birthing Pod, but you got to control the mana so that, let's see how, I'll keep 1 blue, and you keep the green, and then you pay the life. So there we go, still have a blue and still have 2 green. So now I need to use Birthing Pod on this guy, use just 1 green, go down to 2 life, activate the ability, pop this guy. He gets Undying, so he comes back. Therefore it mills 5 more cards, and that's really all you need in order to have this thing be won, is to do that. And then you got all sorts of cool stuff. Thorn Elemental, it looks real easy. Assign combat damage as if it weren't blocked, 7 points directly to the face. But again, this stupid enchantment up here kind of mitigates that fact. Engulfing Slavic Worm would be sweet, because he would have to block it, and then you kill it before they gain the life, but you have no way of getting that 7 points through. He needs Trample. So, Furyborn Hellkite, just another mythic red dragon that sucks. I don't know why they keep printing them, but this is the card we need to win the game with. When he enters the battlefield, you may cast an instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard without paying its cost. So we just put 10 cards into his graveyard. He's got to have something. Just with the nature of how this game works, they're going to give us our winning the game card. Chain Reaction's not quite going to cut it. Grasp of Darkness is not quite going to cut it. If we could kill this 5/5, it would be worth it, but it's not. We can't even target it because of Shroud. Fiery Conclusion, no. Fiery Fall, no. Damnation, this card is amazing, and in theory it would save you, but this game is just going to be like, nope, you lose if you don't win. So tap all creatures without flying. It almost does the trick, not quite. Raise the Alarm doesn't, but this card will. Until end of turn, whenever a player gains life, they lose 2 life for each 1 life gained. So if you swing in with 7 points of damage, he has to block, otherwise he's dead. But if he blocks, that double lifelink just makes him lose more life for it. So that's what we get. That's what we cast. Boom! It's got this replacement effect thing. No idea what it really means. We're still sitting on an Unsummon, which I'm going to cast just because I want to, because that guy shouldn't ever exist, so I don't even want to look at him. And then now it's pretty simple. Because of Urabrask, all of our dudes have haste, and we really can just attack with whatever the hell we want to attack, as long as the power equals 7. So that way it forces him to block. If you don't attack with 7, he just won't block. So attack with whatever you feel like. Put in a couple of lands. Let's put in a Terramorphic Expanse. Let's put in 2 of them just because it's fun that way. And there's not much he can do. He'll block a bunch of stuff. Big deal. He'll gain a bunch of life, kill a bunch of creatures, and kill himself. So this challenge is tremendously difficult simply because you just don't know what your options are. But with a little bit of luck, a little bit of trial and error, or just watching my videos, you guys can figure out how to make it happen. So far, there's all 5 expansion challenges, and of course the original 10 if you still haven't taken care of those. So thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Happy hunting. Catch you later. Peace.